Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, Keith. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. How are you today?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
Great, great.
So, your new single Paralyzed is to be out tomorrow. So, would you like to tell me a bit about this upcoming single and about the making of the single?
Sure. Let's see. Well, the last time we released a single was early 2021. Um, and since then, I really have been working on a lot of new songs. And I really planned to release an EP at some point, but there was just one song that really started standing out to me, which was Paralyzed. Um, and I just found that it was a nice intense song. It really kind of grabs you right away. So I just thought it would be a good single to release in the meantime while I'm working on the rest of the songs. Um, and I'm working with a lot of people from the last single, um, but I reached out to two new vocalists this time, which was Stefani Keogh and Marco Peñate. And yeah, so the team is a little bit different this time. And the sorry, that was my email notification going off. But yeah, it comes out tomorrow, and I'm very excited.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Mhm.
And yesterday you put up a teaser for the video. So,
Yes.
is there a plan to release a video tomorrow, or it's in plans in the coming weeks?
Tomorrow there will be a visualizer slash lyric video. And in the meantime, we are working on a full playthrough video. So Valcata is a remote project. None of us have ever actually met in person, unfortunately. Hopefully that will change someday. But for now, we are fully remote, and we can't like get together to shoot a full music video or anything. So for now, everyone records their parts and films all of their parts in their own studio. So I have everyone's footage, and it's just my job to edit it now. And as soon as I can get around to that, that video will come out.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
And you said you're working on your EP right now with more songs to be working on. So do you have a plan to release that album sometimes in 2023? Do you have a planned release date for that one?
No planned release date. Late 2023 would be ideal. There will probably be another single out before then. And that single probably won't even be part of the EP. So it will be another standalone single, and then hopefully a full EP towards the end of the year. So yeah, that would definitely be ideal. It's just this project is a really big undertaking, and I always think that I'm gonna get stuff out earlier than I do. So late 2023 is ambitious, but I'm gonna try to stick to that.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
And you said everyone is in different places of the world, and you guys are working remote. So do you see a possibility of coming back together and going on a worldwide touring?
That would be amazing. I would definitely be open to it. It would just be a matter of the stars aligning and getting the right resources together. Realistically, I don't know about a worldwide tour, but I think what is realistic is sometime in the future is maybe a few shows, like a few one-off shows here and there every couple of years. Kind of the same thing that Eerie does, by Arian Lucason. He does some live shows, but they wouldn't really be worldwide tours because, everyone involved is from so many different projects. It's so hard to make the time for that. So if we could just get the stars aligned for all the people involved in Falcata to, we could like pick a date, make it happen, hopefully get some hours of good practice in, and that would definitely be amazing. I would love to do that. It's just not going to happen in the near future, but it is definitely something that is on my mind.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
do you plan to keep the current lineup of the band, or there'll be more changes in the coming years?
There's always going to be changes, because I just love reaching out to new people and collaborating and stuff. With every new release, I do like to have a few new names on it. But what I also like the idea of is bringing back old names, you know, after a certain amount of time has passed. So, you know, there's a sort of cycle to it, because it's always cool to associate a certain voice with a certain project, you know. Of course, I know that like a lot of the appeal of some projects is that there's a certain voice attached to it. So, you know, if someone listens to Paralyzed, for example, and they love Stephanie's voice, they might be disappointed if they don't hear her in the next song. So that's something that's always on my mind. I like to keep a good balance of old and new.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And back in 2019, you came up with your debut album, and then last year you gave the single Tower, and now Paralyzed. So, how
Yes.
has this musical journey been for you so far?
It's been really good. It's been awesome. I really want to start getting stuff out faster. Um, it is hard for me because I do have like a full-time job, and I try to get as much work done as I can in my spare time. But of course, you know, sometimes you're tired and stuff, and sometimes, you know, you're seeing family or friends or whatever. With the first album, that was basically composed over the course of, I would say, 5 or 6 years. So I was able to gather all that material and then, you know, put a release date on it. And then I had all this material to just put out at once, which was awesome. And I'm really happy with the reception that album got. Um, but then after that, I didn't really have anything else to go with. And then it took me another, I guess, about another year and a half to get Tower out. And now it's been another year for Paralyzed. So it's been a great musical journey. I definitely learned a lot of things through the creation of the first album. And I think we're continuously refining our style and our process. So yeah, I just hope to keep applying it going forward and keep putting out better and newer stuff faster. Yeah.
Yes. And what's the plan for this EP? Do you plan to release single by single, or is just Paralyzed and then you're coming up with the complete EP?
So Paralyzed, I think, will no longer be a part of the EP. Paralyzed is a standalone single now. So you can just enjoy that for what it is. Also, that there's no real story to that single that would be applied to other songs. It's very much a standalone concept. The lyrics are quite personal to me, and I'm not sure if that is going to be the case for the songs on the rest of the EP. The next single even will probably be standalone, as I said before. So the EP I do picture will have more of a linear story to it, similar to how our album was with characters and stuff. But Paralyzed is not quite like that, and the next song won't be like that. So yeah, I like to sort of mix it up between standalone stuff and stuff that has a little bit more of a concept and story to it.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Mhm.
And what would be the biggest dreams?
The biggest dream would be really to make Valcata a full-time project. And I know that's really difficult because, well, obviously it's really hard to make money in music nowadays, especially if you're not a touring band, because I know there's most of the lucrative stuff is in touring. But if I can really just have enough resources to continue creating Valcata and continue putting it out over the years and having people respond to it and enjoy it, that is dream enough. Already I feel like I've achieved a lot more than I ever thought I would at one point. So I'm really grateful to everyone who listens to it and supports Valcata.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
apart from Valhalla, do you have other projects or part of any other bands?
Good question. I feel like well, no, not currently, but I would love to do that. If any band did want to reach out and collaborate with me, I would absolutely jump at the chance to do that. I can say that the next single that's coming out, it actually did start as a collaboration, but me and the other person involved, we decided that it would be better released as a Valcata release. So that almost was a separate collaboration, but it ended up being Valcata, which is great. It just kind of works for that particular song. But yeah, I'm totally open to working with other bands and singers and stuff like that.
Fantastic. And talking about the songwriting, do you have some specific topics for Valcata, or is going to be diverse? Like you feel whatever you feel like writing, you just go ahead with it.
Yeah, it is pretty much what I feel like writing at the time. For example, the first album, the lyrics were dictated a lot by the music, so I got a lot of sci-fi vibes from the music and stuff like that. There was also a little bit of commentary on current issues and stuff in those lyrics, and same with Tower, because the Tower was released during the pandemic. This song, on the other hand, is a little bit more personal. I tried to be a little bit more vulnerable with the lyrics. So it really depends on what I think the vibe of the song is as well. I try to make it work with the music, and that's pretty much how it goes. I try to not really force anything. Like for Paralyzed, I did want to put it out, but I couldn't think of any sci-fi story to put to it. But so naturally, just the more personal lyrics came out in that case. But it will be different for every release going forward. You know, you can't really force anything. Yeah.
And finally, what would be the message that you want to give to your fans around the world?
Please listen to our stuff. Support us if you can on Bandcamp, especially. That's really the best place to support us. I would love to hear from you about what you think about our music, and even maybe what you might like to hear from our music. It's always such a pleasure when people reach out and they want to get to know us and they enjoy our stuff. And also, of course, thank you if you're already a big fan of supporting and listening. And yeah, that's about it.
And I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure to talk to you. And thank you so much for the amazing music throughout these years. A great pleasure to listen to your music. Thanks so much for the awesomeness. And I wish you all the best and hope to see the next album in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Keith. Pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.